Oh, hello. So for some reason, my streaming system decided not to work. Why? I don't know. For some reason, it did not like that camera angle. So, yeah, but I'm back now. Hello, hi, how is everyone? Sorry, I had to open up a new channel. It apparently doesn't always like when I schedule. Live showings, which is really annoying. Oh, there I am. Ooh. But yeah, I'm happy you came and joined us. So I would like to first off say thank you to everyone that has donated. Our team has officially hit our original goal of $1,000. Big deal. Big deal. So, oh, thank you. I got them at a Oshawa um, Indigenous festival that happens on June 1st for Indigenous Day. And it happens generally down at the lakefront of Oshawa. We have a pretty predominant Indigenous community here, at least from what I've seen. And we take a lot of pride in it. So apparently, Oshawa is actually a word that is taken from an Indigenous word that means the crossing point. So there's actually a really interesting YouTube um, video about someone's perspective on Oshawa and it being the crossing point. Let me see if I can find that video and I will share it with you at some point. But it was really impactful. Someone from the Oshawa Community Center, the Oshawa town, showed me the video last year during an event I was volunteering at for a garden workshop about pollinators. Um, but yeah, I'm very obsessed with Oshawa and its connection to the Indigenous community and just basically the Indigenous community as a whole. If you haven't noticed, I am a big supporter of Canada and its history, good, bad, and otherwise. And yeah, if I can support other artists and crafters, especially from the Indigenous community, I'm going to. So yeah, thank you. I wish I remembered the company's name, but it's evading me at this moment. But yeah, so veering off from the earring chat, I have mentioned that I'm dealing with some mental health issues at the moment. So my friends and I have decided that we are doing a mental health check-in with me. So I'm to send them a photo of myself and whatever I'm doing in that moment, hour by hour. So say cheese, everyone. Yee. Okay, so that's going to my friends to show that I'm functioning and alive. It's also just kind of nice to look back throughout the day and be like, oh, I did things, you know? There's no reason I shouldn't feel accomplished. Like, I did things. So, yeah. But also, I've noticed that there are certain, like, small things that I've forgotten that bring me a lot of joy. such as just washing my face in the morning and putting on my vitamin C um, serum and my toner, and just taking care of myself in those simple, short ways. Um, like, even yesterday when I talked about painting my nails, like, I didn't realize that those small actions actually make me feel really, really good about myself and really put together. And it's really unfortunate that I forgot that those things make me feel that way, because I think it's important to definitely do what you have to do to keep yourself feeling your best. So, for example, I have my positivity journal that I reflect on each week and each month. And then I have my now thought dump journal. So, my thought dump journal is essentially where I put all of my things that I don't want to bother my friends with, even though they tell me that there isn't such thing as bothering them with what's going on in my life or what's in my head. Hi, Zeus. There's Zeus. Hello, baby. Say hi, everyone. Zeus. Hi, Gilligan. Hi, Zeus. Yeah, these are my babies. Yeah. Um, there's nothing wrong with leaning on your friends, but there's certain things that cause me emotional, like a physical emotional response, but I can't even remember what they are. So I feel like those things are not necessary for me to bother my friends with, but they still cause me to have an emotional support. I'm working on my. So with my thought dump journal, I'm able to write immediately whatever it is that's causing me to have those emotional flares, and when I feel them in my body, and address them without leaning too heavily on my friends. Because I love my friends, I really do. Love them to death. But I hate burdening them. Hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. And again, they would say I'm not burdening them, but let's be real. Try telling that to particular people. It's hard to change that mindset, that especially if you've been taught certain things you should keep inside. No one wants to hear about it. So I do believe there's a time and a place to do that, and everything has a time and place. But sport really instilled in me not to really have a form of self-compassion, and that includes leaning on my friends. I used to call it the athlete mindset, where if you put enough hard work in, you can be good at something, and that no matter no matter what it is, if you work harder, you can get there. And there's always someone better than you out there, so don't ever get comfortable. But that has taught me to have a lot of keep it inside sort of mentality, work harder, and low self compassion. And it's not an easy thing to rebuild. Like, some people may attribute it to low self esteem, but I don't think it's so much low self esteem, because I am pretty confident in myself. I do love myself. but I do think I can always be better. Um, there's that saying that people like to say, know better, do better, which is fine and dandy, but you still need to give yourself some self compassion on the fact that, like, if you do mess up or you do something that is apparently not acceptable among certain crowds and stuff, like, you didn't know in that moment what you now know because of that moment. So it's like, okay, I don't need people to be shaming me or making me feel shame for something that I didn't know. It's like there are more gentle ways to, yeah, and I know, like, people can say that I'm a part of that generation that's too sensitive, but it's just a form of common courtesy of you shouldn't just put that hard and strong emotional um, tag onto a person if it's especially not something that they did out of malicious intentions. Uh, so that also comes with, like, have self compassion for yourself when others will not. Because, like, I know a lot of people when they're in social situations and they do something that they think upset someone, it really, really causes them to spiral and to um, not necessarily ruminate, but dwell on that situation because the way in which a person responded caused them such an emotional spike. But what they did wasn't malicious in any way. So as long as it's not in a malicious way, I believe that, at least for myself, that I should be compassionate of others and just be like, hey, like, no, you probably didn't mean that in a malicious way, but um, what you said is not really appreciated or whatever. Um, and that goes the same for, like, just self talk. If I'm gonna conclude what my original statement was, is just it's okay to have some negative self talk, but don't be malicious to yourself. Like, be self compassionate. Again, easier said than done. And then that's why I also knit, because it causes me to become grounded, to do something rhythmic. Um, it's a form of, like, coping. It challenges my brain, so I feel like I'm learning. And it also connects me to a wonderful community such as yourselves. Like, this is a fantastic. What's going on here? Ooh, doo, doo, doo. Slip 2 with the work behind. Huh. Ha 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 ha. Hmm. Oh well. I'm just going to continue. Um, yeah, so it just helps in that way to ground myself, connect to a community such as yourselves, challenge myself, feel accomplished by learning. Um, mm, mm, mm. I made a little mistake, but that's okay. I'll fix it. I fix it. Um, yeah, so this community is really fantastic. Thank you for being a part of it. And thank you for joining me in my daily knitting for this February challenge. Um, Also, I feel like I cut off my thank you earlier for everyone that donated. Thank you again. We've been able to reach the team goal of $1,000 and more. We might have to change our goal so that it has a higher number, but it's really great to be able to provide that support for the Canadian Cancer Society research and support and tools and resources for those fighting and those supporting fighters of cancer. So, yeah, thank you again. So, yesterday, I did have a situation with my brioche where I dropped a stitch. I was able to save it. I did have to go back 3 passes. So, not 3 rows. 3 passes were more like a row and a half, because in brioche, each row is 2 passes, one with the light color, one with the dark color. And also, it's early enough in the pattern that if I still have a mistake, it'll be so minuscule, and the repeats and stitch count seem to be on point. So, as long as I'm able to continue following the chart without any hiccups on um, what goes where, I'm in a good spot. But I am learning more about the anatomy of brioche stitches, which is really excellent. Um, I would like to know, well, not know, but be more confident in recognizing, like, okay, this stitch that has both a blue and a gold um, wrapped around it was a knit of the shawl with color whatever for row whatever. So that's kind of what I want to become more knowledgeable in. Oop, oop, oop. Sorry. I get confused sometimes when I'm talking and trying to do brioche at the same time. Serves me right for doing that with something that requires a little bit of focus. But hey, it is what it is. I chose this as my daily knitting today. It is what it is. And I'm just going to have to power through. So, what does everyone have planned for the weekend? Anyone have any fun events or some cozy R&R planned, or just like some extreme knitting? What do you guys have planned for this weekend? Mm-hmm. So Chris and I are actually going to have a date night. Oh, having some family over to watch Super Bowl. How about you? Oh, that's awesome. And this is the family that's just happy that Kansas City isn't in the playoffs this year. Still can't get over that your family is just happy Kansas City isn't in it. All of them. Oh, that'll be a great time. Family can be one of those things where it's like, I love them, but I don't always love them. But when they come over for the moments like that, it's always a good time generally. Because you find out who are the obnoxious family members who really like football, who like to yell at the TV. Do you have any of those family members that like to yell at the TV? Most I love it. I love it. Oh man. Are you having like finger food too stuff? Okay, okay. Do you have like finger food and stuff like that, or do you have like a full meal while watching the Super Bowl, or do you just kind of like say come fed and sit down? Yeah, all the apps. Love it. Sometimes Chris and I will just have appetizers for dinner, and it hits all the scratches because you can have cauliflower bites, you can have mini sausages, you can have little rice balls. That might just be me. But it hits all the places, and you don't have to worry about having like a huge dish of them. Did I finish 9? Oh, that would be a good thing for me to check. Left, left. No, I did not finish 9. Oh, no, yes, I did. Wait, did I? Ah, shoot. Left, left. 1, 2. No, I finished 7. Okay. So Chris and I are having a date night tonight after I'm done work when the shop's closed. We're going to go for sushi. For some reason, sushi is my feel good mood other than soup. Soup, salad, and pasta are my like live bys. And I know I'm weird, but it actually goes salad, soup, then pasta. But sushi is a comfort food for me. I know, weird comfort food, but it's a comfort food. And so we're going to go have sushi, and then we're going to go to Neb's Fun World, and we're going to play some games, probably go bowling. So our first away from home date, we went to Niagara Falls, and we went to an arcade, mini putt, and bowling at Boston Pizza. So the Boston Pizza there actually has a bowling alley. And this is kind of like a nice homage to that original date night of us just having some really like good quality time with food that we both like. I like it more than he does. And then that quality time of just interacting with each other with something we're both horrible at. Yeah, I'm not very good at bowling. And Chris will say I'm like a pool shark when it comes to that because he's like not good at bowling. Geez, you had 2 beers. So I'm a lightweight. You had 2 beers and throughout the whole entire game, and in the last what is it called? In the last frame, you shoot a turkey, which is 3 strikes in a row. And I'm like, yeah, that beer just loosened up my bowling arm. It's just like, oh man, okay. So he's like, you're a pool shark when it comes to bowling. No, I'm just lucky, especially when I'm 2 beers in. And watch this time he kicks my ass. I also don't think Neb's Fun World serves alcohol. It's more of a children's place. But it's okay. We are grown up 30 and 40-year-old children. And I have no shame. I will rock that adult child mentality. Yep. Like I can be serious when I need to be, but I'm all about being that inner child. Because life's too short to be serious all the time, and it's so much effort. Ooh, they have beer? Really? Ooh, that's a game changer. So Chris and I don't really drink often at home, but we situationally drink. So, like, if we're out for dinner for like a prime rib, we'll have a glass of red wine. If we're out at a baseball game, we will have a uh, tall can. So, bowling, we associate with having beer as well. Oh, and drink some wine. Okay. So, I've had horrible high school and university experiences with vodka. I cannot have vodka anymore. Also, with the medication I'm on, most hard liquors don't agree with it. However, tequila is one of those few hard alcohols that's actually considered an upper and doesn't mix poorly with my medication. So if I ever have hard liquor, it's tequila or tequila based, but I'm very much a red wine, white wine, beer order person. And there's something really nice about a cold beer after mowing the lawn. Don't know why. It is just very satisfying. No clue where it came from. Might have been from like nostalgic moments with my father where we would go and do lawn stuff together. And then he would crack open a cold one after, and it was just like that sense of a hard day's work completed and just like a moment. So maybe that's where it came from. But yeah, after mowing the lawn or doing hard work in the garden, cold beer. Love it. Right now, no, because my garden is frozen over again 3 folds. The wind makes sure of that. And I would be surprised if I don't find a frozen squirrel in there or some sort of frozen animal with the weather today. So, everyone, please, please, please stay warm. Take care of yourself. It is cold out there. It feels like negative 31. And if you know anything about Ontario, it is not a normal cold like the rest of Canada. It is a standing at one end of a tunnel with razor blades hitting your face kind of windshield cold. Um, my puppies do like helping in the garden, but it's more so for pest control. So they like to jump in there if they think there's been any mice, voles, or bunnies, or possums. So they'll jump in there if they think that there's any form of like a pest or rodent. Um, I just think they're cute animals for the most part, as long as they don't bother my things. So, bunnies, stay away from my red lettuce this year. I will boop your bottom. That's if I could even catch them. God, they're so fast. But yeah, the dogs do like to help garden. They like to irrigate my lawn more so, which is annoying because Chris has a fascination with the lawn being very nice, and I love the lawn being very nice because we will, not in the winter, but in the summer, we will make sure that we pick up all of our dog poop quite frequently and water the lawn quite frequently so that if we ever have the urge to kind of like go walk barefoot in the tall grass and kind of like have our feet get squished, we don't have that icky feeling of like, oh, I'm probably like coating my feet with doggy secretions. Ew. But we always wash our feet before we come into the house. So either way, like there's the sanitary component too after those urges are met. Um, but yeah, kids run around outside all the time without their shoes on and stuff, right? And who knows what's out there on a playground. At least I know what my dogs eat. Okay, so that was right. that's right. And then 1, 2 left, 1 left, shawl right. But yeah, they like to irrigate our lawn after they essentially go potty, and it's worse than a driver hitting the grass at a golf course. Like huge divots come out. We cry a little each time that happens. It's like, oh, okay. Mm, 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 mm. Does your puppy like to help with your garden if you garden? I don't want to just assume that you garden. Oh, barking and digging. Oh, the trifecta. Being in the way, barking, and digging. Lovely. Okay, and then slip, knit, slip, knit, slip. 1, 2, left. Yeah. So I am going to have to sign off after I'm done this last brioche increase stitch because the shop opens at 10 on Saturdays. But thank you again for joining me. I really appreciate it, and thank you for listening to me ramble. Maybe next time when I open, I'll show you kind of like what my you probably don't care, because this is a knitting channel, and it's more so just come knit with me, not come look at the random other hobbies I have. But I wouldn't call it a journal. It's more like a knitting tracking book. So I do have one of those. My first one is very, very ugly, like organization wise. So I'll show you that, and I'll show you how it's kind of now progressed, because I used to be horrible at tracking my knitting, but I'm getting better. Alrighty. Thank you again for joining me. It's lovely seeing you all and hearing from you all. I look forward to touching base again tomorrow. The time that I have scheduled for this knitting session is at 12:30 p.m. So I look forward to seeing you guys. Thank you. Have a great day. Stay warm. And remember, be kind to yourself, be compassionate to yourself, and do one thing, big or small, that makes you feel good about yourself. Like I washed my face and put on cream, and I feel very less dry. All right, bye.